future is bright for Paris Saint-Germain. Those young fans in the French capital enjoying watching their side beat Leipzig by 3-0 tonight and book their spot in their first ever UEFA Champions League final. Didier Dormy, a member of the last PSG side to play in a European final. Nigel de Jong and Arsène Wenger with us here on beIN Sports tonight as PSG book their spot in Sunday's final. Arsène, were you surprised in the end at how straightforward it was for the French side?
Yes, because Leipzig missed in football it's like that. It's so you always have to find the combination between your strengths and annihilating the strengths of your opponent. And I think the Leipzig overfought a little bit to do that, and it didn't disturb the game of Paris Saint-Germain. Individually, Paris Saint-Germain was too strong. So they missed the first half, and at half time, because they have no real goal scorers, it was impossible for them to score 3 goals and qualify.
First goal from the set piece, Marquinhos header. We were all looking at Neymar to take the free kick. In the end, it was Di Maria, Didier.
Yes, you could see here, but they opened the goal too much. The distance between the two defenders on the near post is far too big, and they opened this space for Marquinhos. Marquinhos is good in the air, even if he's not tall. And they made a huge mistake there tactically.
Do we have to look at the goalkeeper for the second goal? Is that a mistake?
Yes, a big one. And because, you know, have as well to think it was 41 minutes played and they were struggling at the big Leipzig. The goalkeeper has to think then, let's go 1-0 at half-time, you know, and not take a huge gamble. That's what he did. He didn't adapt his game at all to the situation. And at 2-0 was too big a hurdle for them.
I think it was a good pressure as well, you know, all over the game from Paredes and Herrera, helping all the time Marquinhos, all around the pitch to cover, and the back heel from Neymar was unbelievable as well. You know,
they did press high tonight, didn't they?
They did press high at certain moment, and that's what the plan, because sometimes we know Leipzig like to build up from the back. That's what they did. You know, it was a real danger here, and the pressure was good. We should have opened maybe a little more better, you know, to that build-up, but still the pressing all the time. Herrera and Marquinhos and Paredes were very good, you know, more technical qualities as well, you know, to possess the ball and to feed Neymar and Mbappe. So it was a commanding performance today all over the pitch, you know, physically, the experience, much more mature, much more quality on the pitch, because Di Maria came back, Mbappe came back from the starting 11, and Paredes. So they had that skills in the middle, and they were very patient sometimes. Sometimes, you know, they try to find those holes, those runs in behind. So never really been in danger, and they created a lot of chances. It could have been 5 or 6 nails today.
It could. Nigel, as the only non-Frenchman in the panel tonight, should the third goal have been disallowed? Was there a foul in there?
If you see the replay, I thought that he was slipping away when he was defending the ball. But if you look closely from a different angle, Herrera clipped his ankle when he was jumping up and then landed down. So actually it was a foul. And if you can see it from a different angle, I think the VAR had a couple of angles. They didn't give a foul here. At this moment, when he came down from his jump, he clipped his ankle. So it was a foul initially.
It looks like he's offside, but of course the player's down.
No, the player was down, so there was never an offside, a decision for offside. But initially it was a foul. So I think the VAR have to have a look back on that and just I think say, like, okay, it was a mistake from our side, but it was close. First of all, here you see him slipping away, so you think, wait, it's just a slip, it's his own mistake. But in fact, Herrera clipped him on his ankle, so it was a clear foul.
Arsène, if you were Julian Nagelsmann, would you be frustrated by that?
Yes, of course, he will be frustrated, but you have as well, you know, football, it's not the one manager against the other, it's 2 teams against each other, and you have to be objective as well. Paris Saint-Germain has world-class players. Leipzig has very, very good players, but at that level, it's the world-class players who make the difference. We have seen that again tonight.
It is Paris Saint-Germain, though, who do go through to that final. Arsène, we've got you for about 5 minutes before you join our colleagues in Arabic. I just wonder, in the bigger picture now, the greater scheme of things, do you think this changes the way that European, maybe world football looks at Paris Saint-Germain? Did they have a reputation of being a club who couldn't win the big one, didn't get to the major finals? Does this change a lot for them tonight?
Yes, I would say yes, because they carried few years the failures of going out in unexpected situations, especially against Barcelona. And overall, I would say that will change the way people look at them, at Paris Saint-Germain, and even at France, at the French Championship, because you have Lyon as well. You know, they are not even qualified for Europe next season if they don't win the Champions League, and they still are in the last four, having knocked out Juventus and Manchester City. Overall, it will change completely the way people look at the French Championship.
Do you think the natural order of football could change over the next year or two because of COVID-19? We heard Josep Bartomeu talking earlier tonight, saying that he believes it's cost Barcelona 200 million euros, and it's left them in a completely different position in the next over the summer in terms of what they can bring in, what they can spend. Are a club like Paris Saint-Germain in a better position to deal with the after effects of the pandemic?
Yes, football has always followed the economical strength, you know, and at the moment the economical strength is in England, but that could go very quickly. And overall, I still believe that Barcelona will come back because of natural potential. Let's not forget when Bartomeu says they've lost 200 million, their turnover is still 900 million euros. So there's still enough money there to make a good team.
Yeah, when you put it like that. But I suppose for the big clubs, it will make things difficult for the clubs who have to pay the likes of Lionel Messi or 100 million euros a year. We read that Juventus were considering letting Cristiano Ronaldo move this summer because his wages are so high, and that there has to be a new reality about what clubs can pay players now. Is it that far-reaching?
It's temporary. You know, we have to deal with this COVID, I hope, for us all, not eternally. And maximum it will maybe last 18 months. Overall, I believe that football will come back to normally, come at some stage. And then you will see the big natural potential of all the big clubs again. Temporarily, I would say, but let's not forget that the two players who dominated football were Ronaldo and Messi until now. And maybe the two after, Neymar and Mbappé, and they play now with Paris Saint-Germain. That's why it's the natural change of strength is there. The teams who are strong is the teams who have the best world-class players.
So who will be hit hardest by this? Will it be the big clubs with the huge salaries, or will it be the smaller clubs? Will it be the players further down the leagues who actually suffer relatively more?
Yes, the weaker will suffer more than the big clubs, and that's unfortunately happening at the moment in our game.
Did you concur with that, Didier, Nigel? Is that the way football is essentially going? It will be the clubs further down the pyramid who suffer?
Yeah, I think so. I think you have to look at the finances and what they generate as well as a club. It's not only the salaries that has an income from the club, but it's just the generator of marketing and other finances in the club. So I think the smaller clubs will eventually lose more and will get a bigger effect of the pandemic than the bigger clubs, because the bigger clubs they have a plan in place, they have the finances to cover their losses. And also they have a bigger stage and a bigger platform to generate other income. So eventually it is temporary, what Arsène said as well, and hopefully we find a cure for this virus, so we can come back to normal football again with the fans in the stadiums, and hopefully just see normal games again.
Yeah, absolutely. Arsène, we've got to let you go in a moment. Listen, just before we wrap things up here and let you join our colleagues over on Arabic, you told us earlier tonight that despite what has been written and said, you have not offered your services to the Dutch national team. Very happy with the job.
No, I have not. I can confirm that. Give a job to Nigel.
I was about to say, Arsène, such a pity. I would love to see a great coach like you for the national team. Would do us good, but unfortunately, no.
You said you gave your blessing to Ruud Gullit.
The young Dutch generation take over now. It's a good opportunity.
Let's hope so. I'm getting my licenses right now, so I'm getting my papers right.
Yeah. I wish you all the best.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Arsène, is it a compliment that you keep being linked with these major jobs, or is it a source of frustration?
What is a frustration?
That you have to deny that you're interested in these jobs.
Yeah, look. I'm not too much bothered. That's part of a job. And part of the media. Now everybody's scared not to have the right information early enough, and sometimes wrong informations come out, but it's not a big problem.
Well, we very much enjoyed your company tonight. Look forward to you joining us tomorrow. Arsène will join our Arabic colleagues to continue the analysis. Ruud Gullit and Marcel Desailly will join us on the other side of this break as we continue to look back at